Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today for a great event to accept a generous donation from Woodmont Properties of school supplies and backpacks, which we will give out this later this month of August, heading into the new school year. This is a program that the young lady to my right, Councilwoman Lisbeth Dejesus, kind of started many years ago and shepherded through, and it has grown and grown year after year to the point now where we actually have 3 different backpack distributions set for the last weekend in August. So let me first turn it over to Lisbeth Dejesus and ask you to comment on this wonderful program and this donation and anything else you want to add.
Sure. So we started the backpack drive back, my first year as councilwoman, back in 2015, along with Dan Harris, and back then it was Stephanie West, the principal at School 25. She has left the district, unfortunately, but Dan and I have kept the tradition. We started off in Caseby, and I'm so happy that along with the mayor, the administration, and 2 young ladies, Megan and Kelly, this year we have 3 scheduled backpack drives in different sections of town, one being Caseby, where it originally started, Hope Lawn, which is another section of town where you know, there's residences, but there's not a community center or a place where we can host events for the kids. So the goal is to supply backpacks and resources for the children in our community. This year, I think it's especially important because we're transitioning from a year where school was either remote or half days after COVID, even though COVID is still going on. So we don't know what the impact of COVID has been on our children. They're going back to school hopefully this September full time. And to me, it's especially important this year that as a community we come together and provide something, a happy something for our kids to get ready to go back to school, for the families that probably are in need and not saying anything, hopefully that they won't have to worry about school supplies for their kids. Because I'm a strong believer that if we help the children in our township, we are helping our future leaders. And who knows, you know, maybe one day, hopefully, you know, we're planting seeds so that these same children can give back to our community in the future. And it's with companies like Woodmont and other partnerships in town where corporate and government get together and help the community. That's what community outreach is all about. So on behalf of myself, my councilman, Dan Harris, and the children that we're going to be distributing this to, I want to say thank you for jumping in and saying, yes, we're there. We really, truly appreciate it.
Great, thank you. And let me introduce Steve Santolo from Woodmont Properties. He's getting to be a regular on TV 35. He was just on TV last week when we had the ribbon cutting of his new warehouse in the Hope Lawn section of town. And it's so great that a company who just opened up in town is already helping such a great program. So Steve, take it away and tell us all about your donation here.
Thank you very much. We are proud corporate citizens of Hope Lawn. We really have a tremendous affinity for Woodbridge, and we're happy to help out in any way we possibly can. I have with me today Anthony Amadeo, our Vice President of our Industrial Division, and Steve Arnekis, our Executive Vice President of Development. And we're planning our next venture here in the township. And when Carolyn called, we couldn't have been more happy. We have supplies for 100 backpackers as well as 50 backpacks for some of the younger kids who may not have a backpack yet. And I couldn't agree more with what the councilwoman said. Let's be so happy these kids are back in school, right? And a place to go and a place to learn. And we'll put last year behind us. And so we're even more thrilled to be part of it for that reason.
Thank you very much, Steve. Let me ask Carol Erlich, the Chief of Staff, who heads all the redevelopment projects in town. We've not only done the backpacks, but we're coupling it now with days where we're bringing in people, we're bringing in our youth centers, we're bringing in our senior centers, we're bringing the police department, we're making it a Caseby Day, we're making it a Hope Lawn Day. We've done them at Reinhardt Manor. We did one at Jacob's Landing. We're going again there with backpacks. We've had one at Baronsgate Apartment Complex, and now we're reaching out to the people that are hard to get to because you don't see people in apartments. You don't regularly drive through apartment complexes and see who's there. You see people on the street, but you don't see them there. So, Carol, why don't you comment, because you've been to a couple of them, about how important it is to bring the domestic violence team, the opioid team, people out that they now say, wow, the town has these services. I'm going to sign up, or I'm going to, refer somebody.
It's just really amazing, first of all, for the residents that are coming out to learn about all of our services. They're like, oh my God, you really do this, you really do that. And then for the people in town that work for us, they love getting right out there and being able to meet with the people. And in Caseby, we are doing something that we haven't done before. We are going to offer some health services, because these are a group of people that they might not have a primary caregiver. So we're doing all kinds of screening. We're going to be giving vaccinations, and we'll have somebody there to help them fill out insurance from the Affordable Care Act. So anything that we can do for them, we do. And the backpacks would not be possible without Steve and Woodmont and other companies that are helping us do this. And I especially want to give thanks to Lisbeth Dejesus and to Board of Education member Dan Harris. They have been leading this parade since the beginning, and they're doing a great job with it. So thank you.
I'm going to give Lisbeth one more chance. We didn't talk about libraries. You're a liaison to the library board, and you're as passionate about that as you are about the backpack program. Tell me, when you can bring library books out and pop up libraries to these sections of town that are not near a library, it also means a lot.
So I remember seeing a news, I was watching the news one morning, and it was another state. They were doing something called a pop-up library, and they brought the library to areas that didn't have a branch, for children that didn't have access. So I met with Director Eppinger, and I said, hey, Director Eppinger, how about if we do this, if we bring the library to the kids? Because, as we stated before, places like Caseby and Hopeland, they don't have library branches. And I think that it is important for us to bring the library to the children. For me, it's very important to bring the library to the children. When I came to this country, I didn't speak English, strictly Spanish, but I went to the public library in New York City where I grew up, and I constantly was in there, and I think that reading helped me become not only a better reader, a better writer, but also to be able to master the English language. So I think that's very important. And I always tell the kids in the schools, I even tell my own children, the better reader you are, the better writer you will become. So it is important for us, again, like Carolyn Elric said, bringing the services to our residents. We, at a time where we have been, I guess last year in introspect, we've been looking back at what we have been able to do for our residents and what we can get better at. And I am so happy that we are doing so much community outreach, and it's all of us working together. You come up with the idea, and everybody gets together, and it comes to life. And this is what we do. This is what government is supposed to do. So the library, thank God for Director Eppinger and her staff. They have gone to every community day. They did pop-up library with me in Caseby when we brought the library to the kids, and it was the hottest day in 2019. But the kids came. We gave them a treat. We brought books. They were able to bring books home. They were able to sign up for library cards. They brought arts and crafts. They even did a reading program with the kids. So, and it was, even though it was the hottest day, it was one of my best memories as councilwoman, because the children came and they were happy, and we had a couple of hours in that immense heat that all the adults complain about, not the kids, and we had a great time. But that's what government should be, and that's what we are in Woodbridge. We care about our community, and when they can't come to us, we come to them.